can have a replay. So hi, it is exactly 1 o'clock and there's already 100 of you in here. I had over 1,000 people sign up. So I'm gonna give it just a few minutes for some more people to come in. So I'll hang out with you guys for just a minute, and I am loving that you guys are already introducing yourself in the comments. So go ahead and do that and let me know what kind of business you run, if you've done Facebook ads before, kind of let me know where you're struggling, and that way I know what to hit up in the presentation, because I like to customize this towards the people that are actually here. So, Jay from Jersey. Oh, you guys are going so fast. Kelly from, just Kelly says hello. Kendra says hi Kendra. Carrie, Jay, I'm struggling with specified audiences. Good. Okay, we're going to cover that today. Megan, I get likes from middle schoolers. Hey, you know what? Those middle schoolers need help too, I guess. Hello from Oregon. Social media manager. Not diving in yet. Cammie. Aaron from Pennsylvania. Lisa from Madison, Wisconsin. Awesome, guys. So, yay. Okay, so Kelly is in Bossier City, LA. Oh my goodness. Love that. Teachers pay teachers. Now, I have a lot of teacher pay teachers in here today because this got shared in a group by Shelly. So I actually specifically have an example for you guys in the workshop. So that's really fun, right? And then let's see. Let's make sure. Absolute newbie to Facebook ads, Phoenix, Arizona. I've been there, loved it. Hotter than crap, but I loved it. So pretty. Let's see. Northern Virginia. Love it, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, so wedding videographer. Hey, Sarah. All right, so I'm going to give it just about 2 more minutes to really let everybody pop in here. Shelly's your partner in crime. Awesome, Kelly. Charleston, South Carolina. You're not far from me at all. Greensboro. You're really not far from me. And then, you host craft workshops. I love that, Kylie. Create and sell curriculum. Hey, Kim, I'm glad you could come. Okay, so Erin, she is a teacher pay teacher seller and have done several Facebook ads looking to improve your strategy. Awesome. Okay, so while we're waiting for everybody else to come in, if at any point in the game you have a question, you are welcome to put it in the feed. However, we are going to have a Q&A at the end. So if you have specific questions, you might want to hold on to it so I can see it at the right time. And then for those of you that don't know me, hi, I'm Jessica. I wanted to get on and actually show you a real live person before we start the workshop. So you will see my face for most of the workshop the way I have it set up. So if you guys see me sipping from this, it is not a beer. I'm not getting smashed during my workshop. I don't drink at all, actually, so that wouldn't really, do me any good. Just wanted to let you know, because 10 people are always like, are you drinking a beer? I'm like, yes, I'm working right now and teaching people things, and I can't do it unless I'm drunk. No, not really. So, all right, Kali, you guys are fast. I'm loving it. Okay, so I am addicted to LaCroix, Raina, and you are the one who did it to me. So there's that. All right, so to keep the flow of the workshop going, I will not probably stop and answer every question. Don't think I'm ignoring you. Probably after the workshop, I'll go back through and read and make sure any unanswered questions get answered and all of that jazz. So don't think I'm ignoring you at all. It's just because I don't want to be scattered. I want you guys to get really good, streamlined information. So, yeah, so we're 4 minutes in. If anybody emails me and tells me that I spent 15 minutes jabbering, you're crazy. We got 4 minutes in. I get told that a lot in my workshops. I'm 4 minutes in, 5 minutes at this point. Okay, Nicole, so I'm sorry that you can't get the live stream to keep going. It seems to be working for most people, and it's working on both of my devices. Maybe try refreshing your screen on your phone or something and see if you can get it that way. All right, so we're going to jump in. All right, you guys ready? Now let's see. I'm using this fancy stuff, so it might take me a second. And every time I go to change my screen, it's like giving me the spinny wheel. Not a good sign, but we're going to try it. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so you guys should be seeing my screen or my presentation pretty largely, and then me up in the corner. So hopefully that's what you're seeing. And we're going to get started. So let's see. There's more people popping in. Hi, hi, hi. Okay. All right. No, and if you guys see me looking over to my right, it's because I have my laptop over here. It's just easier for me to see comments on the laptop than it is to try and like pull up 4 different windows here. Okay. So, oh, it keeps buffering. I'm sorry, guys. Just try another browser, try refreshing. And if some of you, like, I guarantee that, first of all, I'm recording it, so I know I'll have that to give to you guys, and then, hopefully the replay will work for you guys. So, and just keep trying to come back in. And if okay, I'm glad everybody's saying it's good for you. Corey, I don't know if I've told you, but I have a son named Kason. Working great. Awesome. Working great. Perfect. Okay. We're going to get started. So you're on here today because you want to learn how to use Facebook ads to make more money with a small budget. And I did this specifically because I get it. Like, I started using Facebook ads and was hearing people saying like, oh, well, I made $250,000 last year and I spent $40,000 on ads. Well, that's great, pumpkin. But I don't have $40,000 to sink into Facebook ads. And I know there are so many more like you where you see the Facebook ad fluff and you see all of the hype, but you're like, I don't know how to make that work for me. So that's exactly why this workshop was developed. So I'm glad that everybody says it's working good for you guys. All right, let's get started. So, hello. You're going to see me twice, up here and in the picture, but it's nice to meet you. I'm Jessica, and I am the Jessica behind Hey Jessica. I strive to teach people the sometimes scary parts of business, the systems and the tech, and teach it in a way where you guys learn it really easily. And if I ever do confuse you, just ask me to word that, and I'll probably do it better the second time. So a couple of years ago, I was doing web design, and I did Facebook ads for that business. I've done Facebook ads for this business a lot. A lot of you came in to the workshop registration through a Facebook ad. So I have some good feedback as far as what works for one industry, what doesn't work for another, what you have to do to change things. So we're going to get into that too. Whoop. I'm already messing up. Okay, so what we're going to learn today, we are going to learn how to make consistent income and quick income from Facebook ads. So there's 2 different paths we'll go down, and one will be consistent income. So for those of you who really want to improve your consistent income, not just, make income one time and then be done. You actually want to use Facebook ads as part of your overall growth strategy and things like that. And then for those of you who want quick income, you want income to come in quickly from maybe a webinar or a sale or something, we're going to talk about that too. We're also going to talk about how to stretch your budget. So even if you have like a tiny, tiny, tiny budget, we're going to talk about how to stretch it and make sure it goes as far as it can possibly go. And we're going to build the right audience and talk about why building the right audience is such a game changer when it comes to Facebook ads. And I know a lot of you here struggle with building that audience, and so that's why I really wanted to include that in this workshop. Thank you, Ashley, for saying that they sometimes work better on your phone. Thank you guys for helping me out in the comments. So first of all, I don't want you to leave before it's over. And because, for several reasons, but for one, I've got you guys a freebie, but only the people who stick around until the very end get it, and only the people on here live get it. So stick around until the very end, and I'm going to give you a blank sales funnel template. So we're going to talk about sales funnels throughout this presentation. And so this template will help you like map it out. You can print it out. You can make copies. Do people still make copies? I guess so. And you can fill it out so you know kind of what you're doing and how you're taking people through the funnel. So I have that for you guys for free, but you have to stay until the very end because I will not give it to people who are watching the replay. I will not give it to you if you're not here at the end. You only get the link then, and then it expires. So, all right. There will also be a Q&A at the end. I told you guys this earlier. There will be a Q&A at the end. You're welcome to put your questions in as we go because I will be glancing at them. But if it's something I can wait to answer until the end, go ahead and save it. That way when I ask for Q's, you guys can pop them in. Now, that being said, you may see me writing down during the webinar if I see a really good question that I want to answer later. So, yeah, just, try and hold them to the end if you can. So there's that. All right, somebody, yay. Okay, I'm so glad you guys are all here. All right, so let's get started. The key to Facebook ads. And for those of you just joining, I will be sipping on my LaCroix the entire time. I can't talk for 30, 45 minutes without drinking something carbonated. It'll drive me crazy. So if you see, that's why I like to leave my face up, because if you can't see me and I take a pause, people are like, oh, your audio stopped working. And I'm like, no, I was just drinking. Okay, so the key to Facebook ads. There's actually 2 keys, so I guess I should have said the keys to Facebook ads, but they are these 2 things: sales funnels and the right audience. So the reason these are key are because sales funnels help you have a way to break into a cold audience and warm them up. So a lot of the struggle is that we don't have 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 people on our email list or that come to our website every month. So a lot of people I see, especially with the smaller budget, are trying to throw their budget into a cold audience, and they're doing it in a way that they don't really get a return on their dollar. So a sales funnel helps you do that. It helps you break into that cold audience and warm them up. So you're essentially going to get them and then bringing them to you. And that's what the sales funnel will help you do. Then taking those people and turning them into customers. So that's kind of how the sales funnel is a key. But then the other key and the other side of that is the right audiences. You can't fly by the seat of your pants with Facebook ads. I wish you could. I tried it for a while. It did not work, I promise. And if you've tried running Facebook ads and saw no results or very small results, that's why. You have to have the right audiences built, which is why that part is in this workshop. So you have to make an educated decision when it comes to who is going to see your ads. Okay? All right. So next screen. Oh, by the way, I had a big sign here that said turn on sound, because last time I did one of these, I had that holding screen up and then I forgot to turn on my sound, and I was 5 minutes in and people were like, I can't hear you. Okay, yeah, exactly, Jason. He said I fly by the seat of my pants and get no results. Exactly. So a sales funnel, for those of you who don't know, I know a lot of you probably do know what a sales funnel is, but I also know that a lot of you don't already have them built out. But a sales funnel is an automated way to get people in and entice them to buy your product, service, course, whatever you're selling. So it's almost like it is like a funnel. That's why it's called that. So if you look at, a funnel, like as if you were funneling oil into a car or whatever, people come in the top and then a small amount comes out the bottom. And those are the customers who come out of who was poured in the top. If that makes sense. I'm going to explain it a little better in a second. And then an audience these are the people that you set up to see your Facebook ads. So you have all the decision here, which is part of the problem, is that we just don't know how to work that part. And it makes it really hard to get the right people to see our ads. So sales funnels, audience, 2 very, very, very big pieces of the puzzle, and 2 of the ways that you will make Facebook ads work for you versus not working for you. Hi, Jenny. Okay, so 2 things. There's a warm and a cold audience. And this is with everything you do in life and in business, there's a warm and a cold audience. And specifically on Facebook ads, there's warm and cold, okay? The cold, the snowy icon there, I love this slide. These are people who don't know you. They don't know you, they don't know your business. They wouldn't know you if you ran into them in the grocery store. They wouldn't know you if you showed up in their Facebook feed. They have no clue who you are, okay? Then a warm audience are people who do know who you are. They may not be on your email list. They may have never purchased from you. They may just only slightly know who you are, but they do know who you are. And essentially there's varying levels of this warm audience. There's the people who really know who you are. They've bought from you. They are like super lovers of you. And then there's people who kind of know who you are and they're kind of on the other spectrum. So cold and warm, remember that. That is very important, okay? Thank you, Kendra, for helping out in the comments. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what's going on for some people. Maybe try refreshing your screen. So, okay, the purpose of each audience. Now, you might think the purpose of audiences are to get them to buy your products. No, they're not. Essentially, the purpose of a cold audience is to turn them into a warm audience. Then you can ask that warm audience in a very nice, polite way to buy your thing. So when you're going out and you're creating ads and you don't have that warm audience, right? Like you don't have this huge email list. You don't have a lot of visitors to your website. So you're going out and you're creating ads trying to get in front of a new cold audience. If you throw an offer at them that's like, hey, come buy my thing, you're going to get crickets every single time. I would even bet that you'll get crickets if you throw it at a warm audience. So you have to do it strategically. Your purpose in front of a cold audience is to turn them into a warm audience. So you'll see the little chart at the bottom, the little cold, warm, and customer. So cold is they don't know you. Their purpose is to get to know you as a warm audience. And then the warm audience, the purpose is to warm them up even more and turn them into a customer. So some ways to get a cold audience to know you is you can get them to your website, because once they've been to your website, they know who you are. You can get them on your list. They even know better who you are now because they actually took the step to subscribe and get on your email list. And then you can have them interact with your page or a video in some way. This is one of my favorite, a video campaign, one of my favorite ways to warm up a cold audience. And maybe even some of the ways that some of you found me. Okay? And I'll talk about that in just a little bit. So remember, there's a cold and a warm audience. The objective with a cold audience is to turn them into a warm audience. It is not to sell to them, ever. Don't you ever throw an ad up in somebody's Facebook feed who doesn't know you asking them to give you money. You will waste your money, you will irritate them, and it's just not sexy. I liken this to dating, but we'll get into that in just a second. Okay, when it comes to ads, when it comes to sinking money in ads, a warm audience will always be more successful. Always. So taking the time to actually grow that audience is huge. Huge. So I talk about this here because I want you to understand why we want to turn cold into warm. When we're doing that warm audience will always, always, always convert better on ads for you than a cold audience. So we want to try and get as many people in our warm audience as we possibly can. And we can do both things with Facebook ads. We can get cold people to turn into warm people, and we can get warm people to turn into customers. Okay? Okay. Oh, yay! Okay, Shocky said, and I hope I said your name right, but best way I've seen a funnel explained so far. I'm so glad. Okay, so here's the key to a sales funnel working. You want to get them in. That's the opt-in. You want them to get on your list. You want them coming in through a content upgrade, a freebie, a webinar, a coupon code, a challenge. It doesn't really matter. You need to give them some kind of incentive to give you their email address. So for all of you here today, you guys gave me your email address to come to this workshop, right? So I got you in my funnel, essentially. Then I want you to nurture them or date them. So when I talk about this, this is how I try and, okay, yay. Oh, awesome. I did say your name right. Okay. This is how I try and explain it. And I've heard other people use the same analogy or very, very, very similar analogies. But think about a cold audience like some dude at the bar you don't know. Now, okay, let me put out a disclaimer. I married my high school sweetheart. We were engaged at 18. And so I have never actually dated at a bar. But we're going to assume this is what it's like. So let's say there's some strange guy at a bar and you don't know him and you go sit down next to him and you just kind of look at him and instead of saying, hey, can we have a drink or, you want to buy me a drink or however you would approach a guy at a bar, you say, hi, my name's Jessica and I would like to have your babies. Let's go get married now and then we'll go have the babies in like 5 minutes. That's like not okay, right? The guy would like go running. No, he wouldn't like that. So you would want to ease into that, right? You want to ease into it. Hey, here's my number. Or can I have your number? Really is probably the better example. So by him giving you his number, he has now opted in to this relationship. In some way, shape, or form. He can opt out or he can continue down the path. So then you'll have that dating phase. And so in a sales funnel, that is they've opted in and now you want to get to know them. You want them to get to know you. You want them to understand why you're an expert, why they should want to buy from you, why, they should love you, why they should want to have your babies and get married. It's kind of the same as dating, right? Like you go through that process and you get to know each other before that next step is ever taken. Okay? So that's what I'm saying. You get people from cold through this process and get them to the point where you feel confident in a yes if you got down on your knee, right? So you dated them, you asked for the number, you got it, you dated them, you got to know each other, and now you're ready to ask them to marry you or ask for the sale. So this is a sales funnel, essentially. You hear about sales funnels all the time, but this is what it is. You get them in with something free, you let them learn to love you, and then you ask them for the sale. So I'm loving all your like laughy faces. It's the best. So this is the key to making a Facebook ad work, specifically with a cold audience, because they didn't know you before. You can't just walk up to them and ask for the sale, okay? With a warm audience, if they don't really know you well, if you're just in the beginning stages of your relationship, this is also the key to the process. So 95% of the time, this is going to be the key to getting a sale from a Facebook ad because you want to nurture that relationship. So a sales funnel being in place in your business is key to running Facebook ads. Number one key, if you don't have that, don't do Facebook ads unless you want quick money, which we'll talk about in a minute. Okay, so this is kind of the, I'm sorry guys. Yes, I will totally send a replay. So thank you guys for helping me answer questions in there. But this is kind of the linear version of what this looks like. They come in through the opt-in. They get nurture emails. So they get emails where it's like, hey, I'm glad I met you. Here's this cool thing about me. Here's how I can help you. Here's how you can help me, etc. Then they get a pitch. And now this is not to say that the nurture email is like one email, because it's not. But this is the general process. Opt-in, nurture emails, they get pitched a product based on the thing they opted in for, right? You don't you don't want to send them, like let's say they opted in for an Instagram checklist, and then you pitch them a course on how to ride a horse. That doesn't make any sense to nobody. So make sure the pitch aligns with the opt-in, and then you have purchasers that come out of that. And you can nurture them even more. You can upsell them to another product maybe you have already, or maybe further on down the road. It doesn't matter, but now this is kind of how it all works. Okay, so yay, thank you guys for fielding questions for me. I super appreciate it. Okay, so on to the little part we talked about where I talked about consistent income ads and quick money ads. So it really depends on what you want out of your ad, what you want out of your campaign, what you want to accomplish with the money you're putting into Facebook ads. Now, a consistent income ad, or a sales funnel ad essentially, is what it is, will work with both cold and warm audiences. And this is kind of what it looks like. You start them with a blog post or a freebie, and they go into your funnel. Then the funnel sells for you. It's not the Facebook ad that sells for you. The Facebook ad was just a tool to get people in the top of the funnel so they can filter down and come out the other end a customer. The Facebook ad was the tool. I'm going to reiterate that. The Facebook ad was the tool that got people in the funnel. The funnel is what sold them. So you have to have that funnel set up. You have to have it all ready and everything. But then you can make consistent income from your ads. You can have a very small budget going into ads, and you're pushing people to a blog post where they then sign up for a freebie, where they then get in your funnel. And you're making money from them well after they came into the funnel, or, in the next few days. It doesn't really matter how your funnel is structured. What matters is getting them in it and letting it sell for you. Okay. Yay. Okay, I'm glad you guys are liking this. So this is consistent income ads. Like I said, it'll work good with cold and warm audiences, and it lets the funnel sell for you. So it's kind of a slower process, right? You run an ad to a freebie or a blog post, and that's all just testing. I know experts in the business who say you have to run an ad to a blog post to a cold audience because they're not going to just sign up for some random thing from a stranger. But I also have heard experts and tested it myself and have had great results running a freebie offer to a cold audience. So this is all testing, but these are the two different structures you can go with. Either way, they land in your funnel. You sell to them in the funnel, not in the Facebook ad. Okay. I'm sorry, guys, whoever's watching that can't see. Now, quick income ads. All right, so these are most successful with a warm audience. And I'll get into how to grow that warm audience in a second. But the quick income ads, much more successful when you're only running to a warm audience, because you're asking for a higher level of commitment. You're not just asking them to go read a blog post or go sign up for a free thing that they could easily just leave from. You're asking them to come on here and spend an hour with you in a webinar, which is what I've asked you guys to do today. Or you're asking them to sign up for a coupon code and then go shop in your store. Or you're asking them to go buy something from your store. Okay, so these are quick win income ads. And you're not going to be able to run them for as long as a consistent income ad. You'll have to run them in a shorter amount of time, and you're only running them to a warm audience because they're much more likely to sign up, and you are going to get way more bang for your buck running them to a warm audience. So here's two examples. Example one, in my case, this is something, that all of us business owners will eventually probably want to do, but I know all of you on here are not selling to other businesses. So I gave another example as well. So if you're selling courses or services or even a product that would lend itself well to a webinar, because businesses love to watch webinars. You know, people love to learn. Like, give them something fun to learn and then sell off the back end. So what you would do is you would run an ad to a webinar registration to your warm audience. Remember that. People will sign up and come, just like you guys have came to my workshop today. And then some people will purchase off of the back end of that webinar or workshop. So this is quick because you may have only run ads for 5 or 7 days to get people to come into your webinar. You get to know them. You bust through that dating period very quickly because they get to know you face to face, just like we are today. And I liken that to like the bachelor process. So where normal people go through the dating process and they might spend a year or 2 years or more or, you know, whatever, dating before they actually decide to take their commitment to the next level. The bachelors and bachelorettes on ABC's hit show have to go through it in a very truncated time, but because it is much more high touch, that's okay because they get to know each other quicker. That's kind of what this webinar process looks like. So that's why it's a quick income ad, Raina. Yeah, The Bachelor, I mean, you know, what else are you going to liken it to? So from a webinar is essentially still a sales funnel, guys. It's just that you're rushing that process just a little bit. Instead of sending them emails to let them get to know you and sending them, you know, fun things and all of this stuff, you're getting to know them in the webinar. Like, that's where you're getting to know them and they're ready to take their relationship to the next level. So again, the ads would run to a warm audience to get them to sign up for your webinar. They'll come in, they'll get to know you, they'll buy from you, okay? The other example, for those of you who are product-based businesses / businesses who are not selling something that a webinar would make sense for, right? Because not every business does. I hate when people act like everybody should do a webinar. No, everybody should not do a webinar, especially people who are selling things that make no sense from a webinar. But what you could do is you could run an ad, again, to a warm audience. You want to make sure this is warm, right? You could run an ad for a coupon code or coupon. I don't know how you guys say that, but I think I say coupon. And then sometimes I feel self-conscious, so I say coupon. Don't know. But you run an ad to something that's going to make them take action quickly. Same way as with the webinar. So maybe the coupon code is only for 24 hours. Or maybe it's a 24 or 48 hour sale. And you're running ads to get people to the sale. Now, I wouldn't normally recommend you ever run a Facebook ad straight to a product unless you know that someone has already seen that product or already knows about it. So in this instance, you might run a Facebook ad for them to sign up to be notified when the sale goes live. And it's only a 24 or 48 hour sale. Exactly, Kim. Yeah, some people are just not, webinars are not for every business. They're not. So anyway, I wouldn't normally tell you to run a sale to someone who doesn't, like, to just your whole warm audience. So again, that might look like a coupon code that has an expiration date or something where they have to sign up to be notified when a quick sale is going to happen. Okay? And if they're a warm audience, they want your stuff, right? Like they've been to your site, they are on your list, whatever, they want your stuff. So then you get people in that way. You get them quickly to take action because remember, it's a 48-hour sale or it's a 24-hour coupon, and then they purchase. So these are quicker income funnels, essentially, and the ad, again, is the top of the funnel. Remember, guys, the ad is the top. The ad is never, well, rarely ever, the selling point. Now, I will say this. I didn't plan to say this, but I will because I mentioned it. You want, I say you don't want to sell to people in a Facebook ad, but if it makes sense, then it makes sense. But for the most part, you don't ever sell to people in the Facebook ad. It's the top level. Now, once they have seen something, so let's say you get them on a webinar and they sign up to come and they've been through the process and you dated and they love you and you pitch your thing at the end and they don't buy. You know they saw the product you were selling. You know they stuck around for the webinar. All of these things. Then you can run an ad to them saying, hey, you forgot to buy this cool thing I have to offer. And probably if you guys don't buy what I'm selling at the end of this webinar, you will see an ad just like that. You will see an ad that says, hey, you forgot to buy this really cool thing I offered you. So that's the only instance where you would actually sell to someone, is when they've already been through this process. Then a Facebook ad to sell to them could come in handy. But I consider that advanced measures. So if you're just beginning, stick with the Facebook ad being the top of the funnel. Okay? All right, so I know there are several questions. One was, what is a good way to get people's attention if you're selling makeup? I do lives putting on the product. So I will totally write that one down, and I'll do that one at the Q&A, because I think that's a good question, how to get people's attention. Get people's attention. I'm afraid if I don't write it down, guys, y'all's comments are going so fast that I'll never remember or be able to find it. Okay, so let's say you want to run a quick income ad. And I don't know that's definitely not like an industry standard word. That's just my words. A quick income ad, but you don't have a big warm audience. Remember I said a quick income ad should only go to a warm audience, but you don't have a warm audience. Maybe you're just getting started, or maybe you just don't have a big list, or you don't have a lot of people who've come to your website, right? So what you want to do is you want to spend some time warming up a cold audience, okay? So you want to spend your budget that you've got, you want to spend a little bit of it getting in front of that cold audience and having them take action that will then make them a warm audience. So whether that's watching a video, or being on your email list, or visiting your website, you want to take some of your budget and put it into making cold people warm. Give them a blanket. These analogies kill me. Okay, so how? And again, I just said this. Take a tiny piece of your budget and put it towards a cold audience and getting them to visit your site, subscribe, or even watch a video. So now, and I will show you guys this when we get into the audience building part of the workshop, but now Facebook lets you build an audience out of people who are who have watched a video for 3 seconds or more. So if you're doing live videos, or you just want to use a video ad, you can actually build an audience that's now warm, because they do know you. They've seen you in their feed because they've watched you for 3 seconds or more. You can actually build an audience from them, and now they're a warm audience, and you could go market a quick win income ad to them. Okay? So, budgeting. All right, I want to work through this just a second. Thank you, Jen, and whoever else shared my video. I super appreciate it. I see it says Jen and one other. So if you're a one other, thank you. All right, so budgeting. Let's work with a small number. I promised you guys that you could come to this workshop and figure out Facebook ads even on a little budget, and I am delivering, because I want you to understand that it doesn't cost thousands to make, to double your money or to triple your money. Okay, so budgeting. Jennifer, remember your question about ad design, and I'll answer it at the end, but I also think I might answer it a little bit in the workshop. So budgeting, let's work with the $25 budget. First and foremost, you need to decide, do you want the consistent income route, or do you want the quick income route? Do you want to take them through an actual sales funnel and just let the sales funnel do the selling for you? The sale might come in 2 weeks. The sale might come, however long your sales funnel is. Or do you want the quick income, where you're throwing a promotion in front of them and letting them get to know you quicker, and then getting the sale at the end? So decide which one you want to do first. Then remember, consistent income ads, that's blog post to freebie to nurture to sale. Then what you might do with your $25, if this is what you want to do, you want to take the $25 and you want to test audiences. Okay? So for the first $25 you spend, you might not actually see a return out of it because we need to test some audiences to make sure they work. So let's just say if you're wanting to do this, $25 is spent just trying to figure out what audiences in the cold spectrum work for you. Because just because they have interests that somehow resonate with your business does not mean that they are going to like you, right? So you want to spend some time testing. What I recommend is you try out 2 different cold audiences at $5 a day each for like 2.5, 3 days. Yeah, 2.5 days is kind of an arbitrary number when you are running Facebook ads, but whatever. So what you want to do, you want to take that $25, you want to spread it over 2 different audiences that might like what you're selling or offering, because we're not selling. And then you want to do that for a couple of days. What you'll get out of that is you'll get some analytics to let you know which one of those audiences worked better for you. So you'll know which one more people came in through, more people opted in through. You'll know which one, more people clicked from. So even if you made mistakes on the design of the ad or the copy of the ad or your landing page for whatever you were giving away or whatever, you now know which of those 2 audiences that you're trying out works better. Now, that being said, if you have a bigger budget than $25 to test with, you can get infinitely more finite results. So if you had $100 to test with, you could test 5 different audiences at $5 a day for 5 days. Look at my math. Nope, for 4 days. But you could test more audiences, and you could test for a longer period of time. Because I will say, the longer an ad runs, the more you see about it. So 2.5 days might not be enough. So if you have a little bit bigger of a budget, you could test more. But that $25 can give you a really good glimpse into what works and what doesn't. All right. So, and then once you know that, you want to make note of it, because when you are running other ads, you know which audience works better. So like I say, the next time you have $25 to sink into ads, you know which one is going to work better for you. And you can do a consistent income ad. You can sink the whole $25 into, that top of that funnel, get people to go through and sell to them. Now, as your income increases and as your profits increase, I would highly suggest scaling this, going from the $25 to $50 or whatever. All right, so I want to do some math with you guys. Yay! Oh, you're so welcome, Veronica. I'm super excited. Okay, so, all right, so I want to do some math. And I love math, but I also don't want it to sound confusing. So if I confuse anybody at any point, I will back up. So again, let's say you spend $5 a day for 5 days running an ad to a freebie or a blog post. So you've already spent that $25 testing that audience. You know that out of these 2 audiences, this other one works better, right? So you're going to run an actual, not that the other ones weren't ads too, but this one is actually we know this audience works. Let's go in with full force at the $25 level. So you spend $5 a day for 5 days running an ad to your freebie or blog post. So that's your $25 right there. You convert, which means people sign up at 40 cents. What that means, guys, is that for every sign up, it's costing you 40 cents of your $5 per day budget. Okay? So every sign up costs 40 cents of your $5 per day. You get 12 new signups a day. That's the math there. If you divide 5 by 40 cents, you get 12 new signups per day. So that means you get 60 over the 5-day period, right? Using standard marketing formulas and marketing percentages and all of that, let's say that 5% of those 60 people that you just got in through the ad purchase something you offer at the end of the funnel. So you've gotten them in through the ad, you got 60 new people for $25, and of those 60, 3 people buy. That's 5%. That's a very low percentage, depending on what you're offering and the price point. This could go up or down, but we're going to go with 5% because it's pretty standard. Your offer, the thing you sell at the end of your sales funnel, is $50. We can all do that math. 3 people buying a $50 product is $150. So you made $150 in a 5-day period. You only spent $25. And I wrote profit $130, but it should really be $125. Sorry about that. But you only spent $25 for this campaign to get people in the top of the funnel and let your sales funnel work for you. $25 you spent, okay? Because your offer was $50, only 3 people bought, you made $125 profit. Yay, I'm so glad you guys are loving this. Okay, so if they didn't buy, some of you are like, 5%, only 3 people would buy, but that's just math, and that's just marketing, and that's just what it is. There are tons of numbers out there floating around, but for the most part, you're not ever going to sell to 80 and 90% of people coming in. But what has happened now is that they're on your list. They're on your email list, and if you want to ask them to buy from you again later, great. If you run a special, you can run it to your email list and they can buy from you then. It really doesn't matter. That's priceless. Having those people on a list that you can sell to, awesome. Okay? So not only did you profit $125, ignore my $130, but you also got new people on your list, which is awesome, right? Okay. So, yep. I am talking about that in just 2 seconds, Shelly. This is I mentioned at the beginning that I have something just for the Teacher Pay Teacher people, because I know that you guys were coming in here and you were concerned that your offers are like $5, $2, $6 things. So I'm going to talk about that in just 2 seconds. So had you not run the ad, you wouldn't have made any money. So, sure, you spent $25, but if you hadn't have run the ad, if you didn't run that ad, you wouldn't have spent any money. You wouldn't have made any money, sorry. So you made $125 profit just by taking the risk and running the ad. And you did it in an educated way because you spent another $25 earlier that got people in a funnel. It was just used to test and you used that to test your audiences. So you knew when you ran this ad that it was going to be more successful. Okay? Now, here we go, Shelly. So what if my product is super cheap? I definitely have had people say, my product is $5. My product is this. My product is that. What I stress to you, because honestly, a 28, 40, 50 cent lead. So in other words, if it took 50 cents for someone to come into your funnel and only 5% of the people coming in are going to buy, you're not going to make any money if you sell a $5 product. So what you want to do, you want to just think outside the box. Use bundles and offers that you wouldn't normally do. That's part of the enticement of being in a sales funnel. Bundle stuff up. Create a bundle. If you don't have one, create one. Maybe you have $5, because I know Shelly is doing Teacher Pay Teacher products. Maybe you have a $5 template for the announcements that go home with the teacher or go home with the students, right? It's $5. They can buy it. Great. Well, maybe it has greenery around it or something. I don't know. Whatever. And I know you're probably selling lesson plans, but stick with me. You can use it the same way. So let's say you sell a template that has a green thing around it and it's pretty and it's, a Word document so they can go in and change it and it's $5. In your funnel though, you want to get them in with a freebie of some sort. Maybe it's a free thing that matches that. Maybe it's a name tag that the kids would have on their desk. Then you want to nurture them. And then you want to sell to them, and the sale needs to be a bundle of products. So if that one thing was normally $5, bundle up 5 of them and sell it for $25. Right? So does that make sense? Yeah, exactly. Membership programs and digital products, authors that sell for 99 cents. Yeah, you have to bundle those kind of things that are smaller. You have to. You'll never have a sales funnel that works or makes any money for you if you don't. So just thinking like, oh, I want to get them to the end of the funnel and buy this one thing. No, you need to get them to the end of the funnel and buy a whole suite of things or a whole bundle of, products. So I hope that makes sense, but that's what you want to do. And it's definitely still doable. So yay. Okay, Shelly, that's awesome. So Laura, for digital products, I want to touch on that first. Laura, I'll touch on yours in a second. For digital products, same thing. Let's say you're selling a header for your Facebook timeline template. Just going with that. But and it's normally like $12. Well, first of all, you can profit if you get people in at a low enough cost per getting them in, or conversion rate. You can profit at $12, depending on how good your sales funnel is and how much you can sell, what percentage of people in the funnel you can actually sell to. So you can totally profit off that. But again, you could bundle, create a whole suite. You've got a Facebook timeline photo that matches a Twitter thingy. I don't even know what Twitter, I guess it's a background, that matches like, an Instagram template that matches a Pinterest pin thing. So those are all digital products. Bundle them up and that's what you sell at the end. It's $35 or whatever. So you take advantage of those bundling things. All right. So Jason, this is not something I'll talk about, so I'll answer your question here. What do you recommend for selling your own ebooks, or is it okay to just sell through PayPal? Listen, I say use what you got. So if right now you're selling through PayPal and that's all you can do, that's all you can learn, that's all you can afford right now, do it. When you get more advanced, use something, specifically built for that, or, an e-commerce platform like Etsy. Etsy's not a good example. Creative Market, or WooCommerce in your WordPress site, or Shopify or Squarespace. Then you can do that. But I'm a huge proponent in working with what you got. So if that's what you want to do right now, then do it. I did want to answer one question and it went away. Hold on, let's see if I can pull it up on my phone. It was Laura's question. Let's see. Nope. I'm not. Sorry. I'll have to go back and see if I can find it in a second when I get through the presentation, because I don't want to keep you guys forever and ever and ever. So this back here was how to stretch your budget for that consistent income process. That ad where you get people in at the beginning and let your sales funnel work for you, right? Now, this how to stretch your budget for that quick income ad. So first, you want to warm up a cold audience. Then, sorry, I'm taking a screenshot because somebody just shared Laura's question. Thank you. You'll want to warm up a cold audience first. So you do want to take part of your budget that you've got, $25, $35, $100, $2,000, I don't care. Just take part of your budget and use it to warm up cold people first. And again, that is essentially taking them through the process of that consistent income funnel. You're sending an ad to a blog post. Now they're warm because they clicked through and they read it. You're sending an ad to a video. They watched it for 3 seconds. Now they're warm, right? So you want to warm up a cold audience first. That's step number 1 on how to stretch your budget and make the most of this kind of ad. Then you want to offer something that is a heck yes. And I wrote heck. I was tempted to write the other word that I want to say, but I figured there would be people yell at me if I cussed. So I'm going with it. So offer them something that is a heck yes. So now they're warm. They know who you are. Offer them a free training like this one, free shipping, a coupon, a sale on a product. Offer them a free book. They just pay shipping. Offer them something that is a heck yes. Like, you want them looking at that ad and being like, yes, I want that. How did she know? And then you also want to incorporate scarcity and time limits. You notice I said free training, free shipping for a limited time, sale on a product for a short time. If you want quick income, you need to put a time limit on it. So you're running an ad, you're getting them to sign up for something. So whether it's a webinar or that coupon code or whatever, but they only have a limited time before the thing is over. So whether that's a sale, they have 28 hours, 24 hours for that sale to be over. Or if it's a webinar, they know it's happening in 7 days and then it's done, right? So you want them to have a quick action thing. So that's how to stretch your budget with a quick one. Now, I have 2 examples here, again with the math, okay? Because I really want you guys to understand it. Okay, Laura asked, how do you get your cost per sign up down to 40 or 50 cents? I'm testing my first ad now, and it's costing about $10 per sign up. It's the audience, probably. That's why we need to test audiences, because shut that ad off if it's costing you $10 for a sign up, unless you're selling a $10,000 thing at the end. Shut it off. It's probably the audience. If you're having clicks, like if you have a lot of clicks, like if you have 200 clicks and only 4 signups, then it might be your sales page. So that's kind of the determining factor there. If you're having no clicks and it's your audience, probably more than like your ad creative or your copy. It's probably more your audience. So it's going to come down to 2 things. 1 is audience, and 2 is either relevancy to the audience or your sales page. Okay, I hope that made sense. Now, examples for this quick win, quick money funnel thingy that we're running ads to. I'm going to take a sip of my drink. Sorry. Okay, so you want to launch a course or you want to run a sale. I don't want to make this specific to people who are just wanting to launch a course, because we're not all that way. Some of us have products. Some of us have a service that we're wanting to offer at the end. It all really works the same way. You just have to think about it a little differently. Also, for those of you who came in late, I want to remind you to stay on until the end, because I'm giving you guys a free sales funnel worksheet where you can go in and fill in your own things and, work that out. So I'm talking a lot about sales funnels and I'm giving you a free thing, but you have to stay till the end, and it's only for live viewers. Okay, so here's 2 examples. You want to launch a course. You have warmed up your cold audience beforehand. So like a couple weeks ahead of time, you started running ads to a video and you got people to watch it, and now they're part of your warm audience. And then you've run them to a blog post and now they're your warm audience. Either way, you've taken a little bit of your budget and you've warmed up an audience a little ahead of time to launch this course. You start running ads to a webinar or a training, something free, 5 to 7 days ahead of time. And we're going to use the 5-day marker because it's easier with my $25 example. You will convert at a higher rate. So that's where you'll get to those 40, 50, 60, 80 cent conversions, is because you're running to a warm audience who actually wants what you're selling, not a cold audience that might. So you'll convert at a higher rate for people to sign up, and they'll be excited about what you're doing because they know you. And they know how you teach or what you're an expert in. So now let's do the math. You used $25 to warm up some cold audience and get them in the warm. So it was $25 that we'll say was a waste, but it wasn't, because you got a warm audience to market to. Then you want to use another $25 to run ads to your actual sign up for the webinar. So $5 for 5 days, $25. Let's say you convert at 50 cents per sign up. You'll get 50 registrants that you would not have gotten had you not sunk in that $50 to ads, the $25 to warm up and the $25 to get them to sign up. You would have not gotten those 50 registrants otherwise, because these are people who are seeing your ad and they're not coming in through your email list. They're not coming in through another platform. They're seeing your ad, clicking, and signing up. So 50 people that you wouldn't have gotten otherwise. Let's say that 15% of them purchase a $100 course. So we're getting more into those marketing examples, but 15% of people purchase your $100 course. 15% is a pretty standard number for sales on a webinar. So that's 750 people, or $50 that you just made off of 50. Okay? Now I'm going to run through the next example a little quicker. I don't want us to run out of time or keep you guys on here forever and ever and ever, amen. But, so let's say you're wanting to run an ad to a sale. You're going to run a sale on your store and you want to run an ad. So again, you're going to warm up that cold audience to get them warm so they know who you are. So when you start running an ad in front of them, they're like, oh yeah, this is a girl with those pretty notebooks or whatever. You might start running an ad to the sale 5 to 7 days ahead of time. Again, this is where someone would sign up to be notified when the sale starts or get a coupon code that's only available during a certain time or whatever. Again, they'll be excited about what you're doing and you'll convert at a higher rate. Same math, essentially. Same math. But now let's say your product is only worth $35. If you sold to 15% of people who came through the ad, you made $665 and you only spent $50 on ads. So you made $615 you would not have made if you didn't run ads. So this is what I'm talking about. You can sink very small amounts of money and build up to those bigger amounts. So let's say you made $750 off your launch for your course off of $20 or $50. Maybe the next time you want to sink in $100 and think, well, if I did $750 with 50, I sink in $100, I might could do $1,500, right? So you use it to scale up. And you can start at the bottom, it's totally fine. Okay. Remember, these are sales you would not have had otherwise. They didn't come from your email list. They did not come from your website. They didn't come from anywhere. They came from the ad that you just sunk money into. Okay, so now we're going to get into the audience. I'm going to go kind of quickly so we can get in and set those up. So how do you find your perfect audience? You use people who already know you as a warm audience, number one. So your email list, those are warm people. The people who come to your website, those are warm people. You have to have your pixel set up on your site, but Facebook knows that those people have been to your site. You can also create a warm audience full of people who've watched a video, commented on your page, like your page, etc. So that's your warm audience. And so essentially, you're trying to get your cold audience, remember, to turn into one of these people. Email list subscriber, website visitor, video viewer, whatever. Now, to build that cold audience, you can actually use your warm audience to build the cold audience. And that's what I'm going to show you in just a second. Also, you can figure out who the big hitters are that your audience follows. So let's say you're me and you want to market to business owners, right? And I know that business owners like Amy Porterfield and they like Pat Flynn and they like these people. I can actually target Amy Porterfield's audience, Pat Flynn's audience, other people's audience. Like I can actually go in and say, I want to target Amy Porterfield's audience. Let's say you are a teacher selling supplies and there is a big blogger that all the teachers follow. Or there's a product, an actual national product that all teachers love. I mean, it could literally be something like Clorox, right? That's probably too broad, but something that all teachers love. You can target that audience. Now, again, we have to test these cold audiences. Just because people like Amy Porterfield may not mean they like me. Amy's a little different than I am. She's not Southern. She's a little more nice. So they may not like me when I get in front of them. So you can't just assume that the cold audiences will work. All right, let's go build a cold audience and a warm audience. And I'm going to go kind of quickly and kind of run through these really fast, but I want to show you how to do it. So let me switch my screen. And it may take me a second. This thing keeps spinning every time I try and switch my screen. So give me just a second. Remember, guys, stick around to the end to ask your questions. Oh, I'm going to choke on my LaCroix. And to get that free sales funnel map at the end too. All right, so I got the spinny wheel. I got the spinny wheel. I got the spinny wheel. Sorry. All right, if you guys want to follow along with me while I'm doing this, it'll take me a second to get there because I'm getting a spinny wheel. But if you guys want to follow along with me, go into Facebook and go to your ads manager. I'm actually, you know what, guys? I'm just going to do it this way. So, because it's not letting me switch my screen. All right, so, whoop, that is not what I want. Nope, nope, not that. No. All right, so go into your ads manager. I had a pretty screen all set up so you guys could I would already be here, but whatever. So we're going to go into the ads manager and we're going to go to audiences. So click on the thing at the top and go to audiences. Super easy. Now, what I want to do first is build a warm audience or a couple of warm audiences or show you how to do that. So if you have your pixel set up on your site, you can go in and create this next audience I'm going to tell you how to create. So custom audience, you'll click there and do custom audience. You'll always do custom audience for your warm audience. These are people who know you already. They're coming in through a file, website traffic, or engagement on Facebook, or app activity if you're selling an app. But a lot of my audience isn't, so I tend to skip over that. So let's say you want to upload your email list. You just click here and click this and upload a copy. So if I use ConvertKit, I will download a copy of my email list and just upload it here, literally upload it. That's it. If you're using MailChimp, you can actually click this button and do it automatically, which is really fun. Not fun. I mean, I guess if you find things like that fun, it's fun. But that's what you do. So that's a warm audience. Now, everybody on your email list will see your ad. Why is that important? They're on your email list, right? Well, because look at your email open rates. They're 20, 30%, if that. Some may be a little higher, some may be a little lower. So you're going to be able to reach those people who you weren't able to reach before through email. Also, you can download your unsubscribed subscribers and upload them here. So you'll probably actually end up having a bigger bank of people in this custom audience than you do in your email list because you can upload those unsubscribers. On ConvertKit, it's literally just a toggle when I'm going to export. On your system, just do a quick Google and see how that works for you. So that was if we wanted to upload our email list. Remember, I went to create audience, custom audience, and customer file. Okay? Website traffic. If you have your Pixel installed, which I think a lot of you came in through my Pixel tutorial. Hopefully you do. If not, I have a blog post on my site to teach you how to do that. But you can go here, you can click that, and as long as your Pixel is activated, some of you may not see that if your Pixel is not working, you can tell it to make an audience out of people who visited your website in the last however many days. I always pick 180 because that's as far as you can go on the Facebook editor. But if you needed to only pick the ones in the last 10 days or whatever, you can do that. You can also name your audience. So, this is website traffic or whatever, but that's your warm audience. Now, whoops, I should have hit back. All right, so I'm going to skip over app activity for the sake of time, but engagement on Facebook, this one's really cool. These are warm people, and you can make an audience out of people who viewed a video. So you guys, right now, watching this video, it says I have a total of 2,000 people that have watched, which I think it's not individual people, but anyway. So I can make an audience out of people who've watched this video if I wanted to. I don't have to. I can. Doesn't matter. You can also make an audience out of people who came in through a lead ad or a canvas. Both of those things I would just ignore because they're kind of useless. But then you can also create a list of people who've interacted with your page, people who've liked your page, who've commented, who have just seen your page and done something. So yeah, you can make custom audiences that way. So again, your warm audience, create audience, custom audience, your email list, your website traffic, and your engagement on Facebook, they are your warm audience. Now, how do you make a cold audience? This one's fun. Okay, so you want to have an educated guess at this, right? But if you already know of like some bigger hitters in your world, you could create a cold audience from them. So I'm going to show you that first, then I'm going to jump into one more thing, then we're going to go on about the presentation. That's not what I wanted. So first of all, if you have your email list set up or your website traffic set up, you can have Facebook set up a lookalike audience. I'm not going to go into that and do it, but that's a cold audience. That's people who don't know you yet, but share similar things to the people on your email list or your website viewers. So Facebook will go into your email, you'll upload your email list, or you'll use your audience you created when you uploaded it, and you will say, hey, match the people on this and give me a whole lookalike audience. So Facebook might go in and say, hey, they like Amy Porterfield, they like Pat Flynn, they like Scary Mommy, they like whatever, they all like this, or like a high percentage. Let's make another list for this person of a lookalike audience who also likes those same things. So that's automated. So you can do that, and you just select the audience you want Facebook to pull the information from. So you have to have some custom audiences set up first, and then you can do that. But what I'm going to do is go to saved audience. Now, this one, okay, well, I thought I was. There we go. So I'm going to skip past naming. I'm going to skip past the locations, although you can definitely do that, and you should. But what I really want to focus in on here is this detailed targeting near the bottom of the screen. It's not showing me the mouse on the screen, sorry. But you can see here that there's suggestions automatically popping up because I use these people to target cold audiences. So I might create one cold audience just from Marie Forleo's audience. And then I would have to name it, and then I could hit create. So I would know that's one audience I'm testing out. Maybe I could go to Amy Porterfield's audience. Whoops. Name that audience and save it. So that's another audience I can test out. So I can test those out. I could get more specific. I could filter it to only women that like Amy Porterfield or only men that like Amy Porterfield. If you're a direct sales coach, let's say you're a coach for people who sell direct sales products, you might go through here and find all the people who list LuLaRoe as their employer. And then maybe all the people who list Mary Kay as their employer. So you're building a cold audience because you know that you're a direct sales coach, and people who sell LuLaRoe, Mary Kay, Lip Sense, all these people need your services. So if they've got it listed as an employer, they're probably going to want what you want. So you can make some educated guesses on your own to build a cold audience. And then you just literally name it and hit create audience. Yay, I'm so glad that you guys are loving this. Yay. Okay, so, but the other thing I want to show you, I can't get into it all. You can go in and play with it. When you go to the top, you'll have to probably go hover over all tools. But there's a little doodad up here called Audience Insights. You can get lost in this forever. Let me just give you a fair warning, but we're going to click on that. Okay, now you have to choose an audience to start. So what that means is I could choose everyone on Facebook if I wanted to. I don't want to do that because that's not going to help me at all. I could choose people connected to my page. So maybe I want Facebook to analyze the people connected to my page. Or I might want them to analyze my email list or my website traffic. So I'm actually going to pick that one. And I'm going to just do email subscribers. Okay, so it's going to run for a second. Now, it's going to give me all of this information about my email subscribers. 46% of them are women ages 25 to 34. 35 to 44. Men, you guys are leaving me out to hang just a little bit. I know I have some men, but I'm just saying. You can see that their lifestyle is a certain way, that they're married, that they graduated college, that they went to grad school, that they, what their job title is. You can see all these things about them. But what's really fun is you can see the pages they like. So you can see, hey, they like these things. The top categories are the Color Run and Female Entrepreneur Association. I'm actually going to scroll down. So the people on my list like these things in this order. Now, of course, some of these don't even matter to me, right? But the fact that they like Marie Forleo, I'm going to go back and build an audience out of Marie Forleo's audience. The fact that they like this Female Entrepreneur Association, probably going to go do that too. Amy Porterfield, going to go do that too. So you can see, yes. Okay, so some people are asking about doing this on your phone. No. We don't set up ads on our phone. You got to use Chrome for one, and you have to use Chrome, and you need to do it on your desktop. You don't have to use Chrome. You can use the ads manager without it, but it's just more seamless that way. They actually have some features that only work on Chrome. So you can go through here and see the demographics of people. You can see, literally so many things, like if they purchase a lot. You can see if they, where's the one? I forget where it's at, but somewhere in here, there's a, here it is. So house market value. You can see that 50% of my list lives in a house in $200,000 to $500,000 house. There's somewhere in here where I could tell that my people wanted to buy an expensive SUV. I can't remember where this was, but I could tell that they liked high-end SUVs. So what that might come in handy for is, of course I'm not marketing towards people who like SUVs, but what if I made an ad image with me next to an SUV and I'm talking about how awesome I am and how Facebook ads made me able to buy that? So, yes. Okay. So, all right. So, know that you can go into your ads manager and play with that stuff. Upload your own warm audience. Let Facebook pull information from your website once you have your pixel started. Go in and analyze people and build audiences around other influencers. So I wanted to show you guys that because I knew so many of you did not know that was available. All right. So, let me click. Okay. So I saw several questions about the ad creative, like the actual image and all of that stuff when I was looking through y'all's questions that you gave me before the webinar. So I didn't have this in the presentation because it literally is it's a guessing game. It depends on your audience. It depends on your product. It depends on your branding. It depends on so many things that it's so up in the air. So I just wanted to give some tips that you might try. And I talked a lot today about testing out audiences, but we all have to test out images too. Did that image work? Did that image not work? Did that copy work? Did that copy not work? So it's definitely something you have to do. So use words like free and other words that might grab your audience's attention. I'll show you some examples in a second. Experiment with photos. Do they like having a picture of you? Do they not like having a picture of you? Do they want a picture of a garden? Do they not? Whatever. Use colors that pop. Facebook uses blue. Don't use blue. Or at least use a very different shade of blue. So use colors that pop in people's feeds. If you're seeing a lot of reds in feeds and purples and greens, there's a reason. And then don't use too much text. So if you have too much text on your image, Facebook will not show it to as many people as it should be shown to, and you'll get a little notification when you actually upload it to create an ad. Okay, so here's a couple that I used that I can show you how I tested some things out. All of these were run to a cold audience. And now I say that because I wanted to test some things out with a cold audience, but I wouldn't normally run a webinar promotion to a cold audience, but I wanted to test some things out. So this was a carousel. This is one of those you can like swipe through on your phone and like see a bunch of images all together. It flopped. These were all to the same audience too, by the way, with the same copy. That one flopped. This one did okay. This one did okay. This one flopped. Oh wait, you guys can't see my screen, can't see my mouse. The top left one below the carousel images with the button that says save your seat did okay, but it's got a lot of text. The blue one next to it did okay. The pink one directly under the blue one that says free workshop plus free ad tracking spreadsheet flopped. And then the one with me with the little envelope that says Facebook ads on a small budget shot through the roof, cold and warm audience. So you literally never know. You have to test things out. So I can't give you some definitives there, but you have to test out and see kind of what works. Okay, so quickly, I want to put all the things together. You want to have a sales funnel. You want ads that go to the top of your funnel. Your ads go to the top. Your sales funnel works the rest for you. For quick income ads, webinar registries, sales, etc., spend some time warming up a cold audience and then advertise to the warm audience. Split your budget up to test audiences, cold audiences, to see which one works best, and experiment with your ad creative elements. Okay, so this all sounds very exciting, right? But now I know that you have questions. So Jessie, I actually used a combination of those. That was just like one set of carousel. And I had 2 different ads running with only four carousel images. It flopped too. So this all sounds exciting, but I know you have questions. What's a conversion and how do I make mine good? Like Laura asked, like, how do I make those 40 and 50 cent conversions? How do I work the ads manager? That thing I was just in, it looked really big and scary, right? How about, like, there's different types of ads. There's lead ads. There's carousel ads. There's, image ads, video ads, conversion ads, traffic ads. There's a lot. And you have no clue which ones to run in what situation. And then, how do I actually know if someone actually did what I wanted them to do from the ad? Like, I get it. Like, it's all sounds so cool, but then you're confused on how to actually make it all work, right? So I have something for you. Remember, guys, stay around to the end to 1, ask questions, and 2, to get the free sales funnel freebie that I'm giving you guys. That's just a clean worksheet where you guys can fill everything in. So, ads made easy. And easy stands for easy and strategic, y'all. So, this is my newest course I'm releasing. It is all around Facebook ads, and it is built so that you guys can understand it easily and strategically, just like today's webinar. So, this is pulled straight off the sales page. I'm going to teach you the strategy, so how to use them strategically. Sales funnels, I'm going to go in even further depth in sales funnels. The correct ads for warm and cold audiences, same thing, go in further depth in that. How to make sure you're getting the most bang for your buck. How to budget, how to monitor your ads to make sure they're doing okay and when to turn them off and switch things around. What to do when things are going wrong, and how to track your results and predict future campaigns and future income. I'm going to teach you some of the more or the less obvious reasons you should be using Facebook ads. And you get a members only Facebook group. So that's fun. And then included in the full payment option, because there is a payment plan to this one. I've never done a payment plan before, so I'm excited. When you pay in full, you get a monthly live Q&A about Facebook's with me. So it's a live Q&A Google Hangout. We'll all get on there and ask all our questions. You can kind of, show me your ads and I'll help you and that kind of thing. And then you also get all the techie know-how. You will learn what every single section of the Facebook Ads Manager does, how to set up all your audiences. We go in way further depth than what I just showed you. What the heck a Facebook Pixel is, how to install it, and your ad setup and execution. So like campaigns and ad sets and ads, because they're all very confusing. Different types of ads and the setup behind all of them. And then I also go into the creative pieces of the ad as well. So I have like a cheat sheet on, what to do if your ad isn't working and what that might mean. And if one of those comes down to your image is what's wrong, I tell you some things to fix it. So this course will be updated every single month. I've already scheduled it in my calendar to update the course every month because Facebook ads change all the freaking time. It's actually quite annoying, but they do. They change all the time for the better, generally. So I will be updating the course every single month. So you'll always have relevant information for Facebook ads. Now, if you want social proof, increased income, increased email list size, exposure, those are all things that happen if you use Facebook ads right / take ads made easy. Because what happens is you run a Facebook ad for someone to get on your email list. So it increases your email list, right? But then you increased your exposure because now more people know about you. You increased your income because more people are in your funnel. And you increased your social proof because I guarantee anytime you run an ad that runs really well, people like your page even if you're not paying for them to do so. So it's $497. The full payment for this course is $497. You get access to everything, inclusion in the members only Facebook group, the current bonuses, which you guys are going to want to hear these, I promise, the monthly live Q&A, Google Hangout with me, and you get a little bit of a savings over what the payment plan purchasers will pay. So if you can't quite do the $497 today, you can do a 3-month payment plan. You will get all the content today, just like the payment plan or the full payment people will. But you don't get that monthly live Q&A Google Hangout with me. That's one thing you don't get. So that's a special bonus for the full payment people. Now, on webinar bonuses, guys, I'm so excited. Okay, so I am giving you, if you purchase while we're on the webinar, so I'm getting ready to ask questions or answer questions for about 15 to 20 minutes. So if you purchase while we're on the webinar, you get my tried and true sales funnel email template. So it's a template that tells you what each email should contain. You can change it around for your own words. You should change it around for your own words. And then how to sell, how to route them from one email to another. It's a sales funnel template with everything you should have inside of each email. Then you're also going to get a mini training on Facebook Messenger bots. Some of you who showed up today may have gotten this. You may have gotten a message from my page that said, hey, I'm going live. You're going to learn what they are and how you can use them and how they can work in conjunction with ads to make you more money. These are brand new. Facebook bots are fairly new to the scene, and they're amazing. And if you have the time to sit down and learn about them, which you do, because I'm giving you that for free when you buy today on the webinar only, then you can learn how to use them for your business. Then I'm also giving you guys, the cart is staying open for this course through next Friday. I'm giving you every single bonus I release through next Friday. So I might come up with a bonus for, in 48 hours, or, maybe next Wednesday I'll have a bonus or a cart close bonus. You get all of them, and I promise they're going to be juicy. So these are the things you get today, and then you get all of my bonuses. Now, one more thing. If you purchase on the webinar, again, before I'm done recording, before I hit stop, you have to purchase on the webinar. You'll be entered to win a 1-hour strategy session with me. So we can talk about your Facebook ads, your sales funnel, your business in general, whatever you want. This is valued at about $300, and only one person will win, but you'll be entered in a pot once you purchase during this, and I'll grab one name out of that to be the lucky winner. So everybody gets all these bonuses. One person will win a free strategy call with me. Now, to purchase, because I know you're all like, where's the button? You can go to coursesbyjessica.com/ads. I'm actually going to go in to the comments, and I will pin it to the top of the comment section so you guys can click it live there. It's being very slow. And it says crash course. Just ignore that. I just didn't change the thumbnail that was going to come across Facebook. But it is the ads course, I promise. It's called Ads Made Easy, and you can go to coursesbyjessica.com/ads. Okay? Again, it's showing the crash course thumbnail. Ignore that. Ignore it. All right. So, again, you will see these options when you get on that page. So you can just click yes, please, or get it now to go full payment or payment plan. If you do the payment plan, you will end up spending just a little bit more on this course. You will still get all the information today and all the bonuses. You just won't get that monthly live Q&A Google Hangout with me. So that's a major bummer going that way, but I totally understand that some might want to do that. Now, I'm just going to say this really quick. For those of you watching the replay, you have to buy before midnight tonight, and you still get that messenger ad or messenger bot mini training. You don't get any of the other bonuses, but before midnight tomorrow night, you can still get that messenger bot mini training. I'm going to fly past that because I want to focus on you people who are here with me live. All right, so again, that's coursesbyjessica.com/ads. I have all of my tracking available, so I know who is purchasing on the webinar, okay? So again, these are all the things you get. You get all the strategy, the why, the support, the techie how-to. You get it all in the course. And all of my monthly updates to the course. Plus, the free Facebook group where you can come and ask questions in a controlled environment where we're all talking about Facebook ads. Okay, so I'm going to leave those on-webinar bonuses up, and the coursesbyjessica.com/ads link is there, and I'm going to take questions. So, okay, Nana, you get the sales funnel if you buy while on the webinar. You get that. If you're on here right now and you go click that link and buy right now, you get that. If you buy after the webinar is live, you don't get that. So, okay. I'm going to go back through and answer some questions. And then you guys can go ahead and ask me some questions. So, April Smith says, what's the best way to get people to show up for a Facebook Live webinar? Reminder emails, same-day Facebook ads. All right, so for this webinar, it's obviously on Facebook Live. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, I'm going to leave it. I did... Oh, that's a good question, Katita. Okay, so April, for this one, I did a messenger bot. So people who came in through the messenger in my Facebook page. Oh, no, the sales, hold on just a second, Nana. I'll point you to that. So people who did that got a message, April. I also sent out same-day reminders. You guys should have gotten one this morning, 15 minutes before we went live, and then people who didn't click the link got one the next, 15 minutes after I went live. I also did post in my group, so reminding people, and then I started this about 15 minutes early and just let it sit so that people could come on. Oh, so Nana asked where the blank sales funnel map is, which is where what I'm giving you guys for free for staying to the end. It's the link right below the questions bubble. It's theheyjessica.com/sales funnel freebie. Now guys, this is a map. This is a printable. It's got squares on it. Tells you, you should have an opt-in, then a nurture email, and then a pitch, and then what you should do after that. And you can fill it in. It's blank, so you can fill it in and print it and use it as many times as you want. It is not the same as the sales funnel email templates that you get if you purchase on the webinar. Okay, Sarah said, I'm still confused about what a conversion is. Does it constantly change? Yes. A conversion constantly changes because, for instance, for this webinar, I was running ads to a warm audience that was converting super well. Well, I decided to throw more money at my ad. That put me in a higher bracket competing for that ad space, so my conversion rate was higher, which was not good. I mean, it was good. It was fine, but and then if you are, today my conversion rate might be different from tomorrow, but it's something you have to watch. And once you have a really good handle on your ads and your audience and what they like, that's not as much of an issue because things will kind of convert consistently. Okay, can you post the sales funnel template link? Yep. theheyjessica.com sales funnel freebie. So that, I can't pin it, but that is the link you'll go to get the little free sales funnel map that I'm giving you guys, where you can fill it in and do that. Sorry, and it's on this slide too, if you guys can't see it. It's right underneath the big Q, or the big question mark. So let's see. How long will I be doing monthly calls? I have them scheduled out for a year, Ashley. I mean, I guarantee they'll be, as long as this course is live, I'm doing monthly calls. So it doesn't really matter if you come in at the beginning or at the end or whatever. As long as this course is available and I'm still supporting it, which is forever, I'm doing monthly calls. I really want to support people in Facebook ads because I see that it's a huge problem. You know, people just don't know how to use them. And I also, it's changing so quickly that I may be able to get on that Q&A with you and tell you about a change before I can actually get the course updated. So, again, just ignore where that says crash course. Is it best, Leah says, is it best to spend the $5 over, say, 5 days, or does spreading the 25 over 14 days convert less? You can't really run an ad for less than $5 a day. So you kind of have to spread it in $5 increments. You can do less, but it's certain ad types. And for the ad types that will convert well for you, it's $5 a day. So I would totally stick with stretching it out to test things out. Because one day, like if you threw it all into one day, it's not going to give you enough, like, analytics. And then if you spread it out for 14 days, you're not putting enough money behind it to really let Facebook give you anything back. Okay, Karen says, I manage my Facebook, I manage my Facebook business page from my regular Facebook account. When I set up a Facebook pixel, the code looks like it's going to pull the info from my personal Facebook page, not my business page. Is there a way to access Ad Manager? Oh, no. There's only one way to get into your Ads Manager. Like you can't really get in from your business page versus your personal page. There's only one way, and it will do everything in Ads Manager. You won't have to worry about whether it's personal or your business. You can't run ads from a personal page. You just can't. So don't worry about that. And I see all you guys ordering. Thank you so much. Don't worry about that. Just go into Ads Manager. I promise it's working right because you cannot physically create an ad from a personal page. So I think it's fine there. Ashley said, will I see you in the course? Is it video? Love your explanations. The course is all video. There's a huge workbook. You will generally only see me in the first part of it where I introduce myself, but you'll hear me the whole time. And with updates, I will likely, I might just pop in with a video of me or whatever to kind of push it through. It just depends on what the update is. But for the course as it stands right now, I'm in the beginning, you'll see me, and then I'll talk you through everything in a webinar format just like this, and then we actually go into the Ads Manager where I talk you through everything. So, yep, it's a video ad. I'm concerned about the lack of privacy of the emails you bring in. What do you mean by that, Nana? The address for the sales funnel. You may have to click the address for the sales funnel map on a desktop because it's a download. It will automatically download. Nana, what do you mean about the lack of privacy for the emails you bring in? I'm not sure what that means. Yes. Thank you, Megan. Okay, Trisha says, if I'm managing a page for a friend, can I set up a pixel for him, or will I just have to set up one for the biz page associated and set up by me? Okay, so if you're managing a page for a friend, what they need to do is set up Business Manager, which is in your Ads Manager. It's kind of confusing, but they have to set up Business Manager and add you to be able to manage all their stuff, because you will have a different pixel than they will. And you don't want all of that data coming in, from both sites. Like, you don't want that, because it's not going to give you good data from who's on one site and who's on the other. So, yeah. Thank you, Jennifer. You're creating custom lists. No, Nana. No. So Facebook, okay, Nana said you're creating custom lists from other pages, which means your readers' emails could also be used. Nope. When you upload your list, it is your list. Like when I showed you how I uploaded my Facebook or my email list to build an audience, it was my list. That will never go out to anybody else. That's only my audience. When I'm targeting Amy Porterfield, those are her likes on her Facebook page, essentially. My stomach just growled. If my mic is that sensitive and you heard that, I'm sorry. But, so it has nothing to do with emails, and yeah, nothing to do with emails at all. So, I wouldn't worry about the email, like them getting their email addresses shared or anything like that. If you're running Facebook ads, you're hooking the ad to, like if you're getting them to opt in for something, you're hooking the ad to a, like a, what do you call that? Let's leave it. Email marketing system. There we go. And it's collecting their email the same way you would if you collected it from your website. Yay, Megan. I'm so glad. Okay. Was posted. Yes, it was. Krista says, should I also run an IG ad through the Facebook Ads Manager? Yes, you can only create you can boost an Instagram ad from within Instagram, but I would highly suggest you just do it in the Ads Manager. If you guys don't know, Facebook owns Instagram, so you set up your ads for Instagram in Facebook as well. Yes, thank you, Jennifer. So it's only looking, it's not getting their email addresses and giving those email addresses anywhere. It's just looking at their characteristics. And if people are on Facebook, that's just part of it. You get targeted by Facebook. Just the same way as you guys might go look at a pocketbook on such and such website, and then 2 seconds later you're you're seeing ads for the purse. Yay, Ashley. I'm so glad. Okay. I'm going to make sure I'm not missing any questions. Okay. All right. Okay, Veronica says, is there a way to target an audience that is in a specific Facebook group? No. Not as of right now. You can target an audience for your page. You can target people that an audience likes. You can, that kind of thing, but you can't target a group specifically. Danielle says, I am struggling with creating a sales funnel for an in-person service. I offer free consultation, so I've been running my ad to that, and it's been pretty successful, but I think it could be better. Okay, so a free consultation is still a high-touch, high-level thing. Your ad should actually be going to something else. Your ad should go to a blog post or a freebie that will then ask them to get on a free consultation call with you. Asking someone to pick up the phone and get on a call with you is very intimate, I guess would be the word. So you want them coming in from a different way. You don't actually want them to come in on the free call. And that may be why it's not being as successful as you want it to be. Okay. So Amber says, so you could target mom business owners by the pages they like then. That's who my clients will be when I launch my, yep. So you could go in and say, I have this list of, even if it's 50 people, even if, I'm dying, guys, even if it's 50 people on your list, but it's targeted, right? These people have come in through a funnel, or they like you, or whatever reason they're on your email list, then you can use those 50 people to build an audience, and you can see who they like and who they don't like. And so you could totally see that they all like Amazon and Amy Porterfield or whatever, and that way you can build out an audience that way. Let's see. Personal account versus business account. Yes. So no, most of you will run Facebook ads through your business manager just from your personal account. You have to have a business page, but the business manager is much more complex. Probably not something most of you will use. I don't use it either. I did a Facebook ad once not long ago and didn't see any of those options I saw on your screen. So Katita asked, Power Editor versus Ads Manager, where to build ads. This is same thing. This is answering the same question. So the Power Editor is only available on Chrome. So if you're looking at the Ads Manager in a different browser, it could look completely different. So I would highly suggest having Chrome And that way you can do that. So, there's other questions. Okay, I'm going to answer like 2 more questions. Okay. So Katie says, when is it the right time to start working on Facebook ads? I've been working on developing a signature service and love the idea of Facebook ads to help grow my client base, but I've heard it's not a good idea to focus on Facebook ads first. So as long as you have somewhere to send them, Katie, like this funnel I was talking about, even if you aren't selling to them yet, you could still be selling things that could build on that. Does that make sense? Okay, so if you have a signature service, if you're wanting to create a course, you could be sending people through this funnel, and you could be letting them get to know you, so that when you launch that course, it's ready. They're already there. They're already primed and ready. So you can totally send people through a Facebook ad, through a funnel that has no purchase at the end, as long as you know you are eventually going to do that. Otherwise, you've wasted your money. But yeah, I mean, I have run ads getting people in certain opt-ins before I actually had something to sell to them, because I wanted to sell to them immediately when I did have it. All right, let's see. Don't have a funnel yet, so this is perfectly complete solution for me. Yes. Ashley, you will love I actually used someone who sells planners as an example in one of the sales funnel emails that you get in the template for buying on the webinar. So you'll love that. So yay. Okay. Rock your biz. Yes, you ladies are lovely. I love me some Abigail and Emily. So if you're here from their stuff, go tell them I said hi. Well, I'll tell them because I love them and talk to them all the time. So, okay. All right. So I think I answered all the questions. That page, I'm giving you 15 minutes. So that page will expire. The one that you're seeing where you can get the sales funnel template and the messenger bot training and access to all other bonuses will expire in 15 minutes. There's still several of you on here, so if you want to go jump in and buy, go ahead. I'm going to stop the recording, but I'm going to give you guys 15 minutes to do that, because it'll expire, and then it'll just shoot you to the 24-hour offer, because I have my sales funnels built out, and I know what I'm doing. So if you guys have any questions about this course, and if you want to buy or whatever, let me know. Feel free to message my business page. My team is ready to answer questions from like the Hey Jessica messenger. So if you want to do that, let us know. They're ready. And if you're not doing anything in 15 minutes, I am going to be interviewing Todd Herman with my podcast co-host Jacqueline live on our business page, All Up in Your Lady Business. And which is funny because it's our first male guest. And if you listen to my podcast episode that went live today, I had a funny cheer for that, but we won't say it here because it's kind of embarrassing. But so if you're not doing anything and you want to come hang out again, I'd love to have you over there. And I'd love, love, love to have you in Ads Made Easy. And again, easy stands for easy and strategic, y'all, because I really want these to be easy for you and I want you to use them correctly. So there's one thing in knowing how to work the ads manager, but there's another in getting the strategy behind it. So you've got 12 minutes. Go purchase to still get these on webinar bonuses. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, they will go away, and the 24-hour bonuses will be what's live, which is just the Facebook Messenger bot training. So, and you guys get access to all of this immediately, by the way. So as soon as you purchase, you can go in and get it. Bye, y'all. There we go. If you guys can still hear me. Sales funnel template link, yep. If you guys can still hear me, my thing won't turn off. So I'm coming. I'm shutting it off in a second.